Happy birthday, Pastor Dexter. Today is your 40th birthday. Today is the birthday. Today is the D-Day. I'm so excited. I am happy. I'm not the celebrant. I'm the celebrant's wife.
I remember the time I wrote on my daddy's dining chair. A wise dining chair. Chair is long. Like this. He beat me. He told me to wash the chair. And if the thing doesn't get clean, he will tell you to do it again.
A lot of times, especially in recent times, I will always ask him, why do you do the things that you do? He will tell me, the body of Christ. He's very conscious of the body. He takes decisions because of the body. He will tell you, the body.
Believes in hard work and believes hard work pays. It's a very, very, helpful man that believes in people and sees the good in them, even though they don't see it.
If you squeeze Pastor D, like you know they squeeze orange, if you squeeze Pastor D, what will come out is love. If you squeeze him harder, what will come out again is more love. He's that kind of person.
My daddy gave me smoothie and chocolates and biscuits and pie and apple and orange.
There were days when there was no hope of the next meal. When I say no hope of the next meal, I mean like I'll carry pregnancy and there's no hope of what to eat. But God has been faithful.
Happy birthday, Daddy. We love you. Feliz cumpleaños, papito. Mi te amo.
Stop saying that.
Happy birthday, Pastor Dexter. Today is your 40th birthday. Today is the birthday. Today is the D-Day. I'm so excited. I am happy. I'm not the celebrant. I'm the celebrant's wife. My name is Anita Dexter, wife to the celebrant, Pastor Dexter. I'm happy. I am. Pastor D has been looking forward to his 40th birthday. And this is one thing that he does for other people. And it's such a pleasure to make it happen for him. I'm super excited for him, I must say. I am. I met Pastor D in 2003. That's 20 years now. He was 20 years at the time. I was in my late teens at Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I was in my 100 level. And then we became friends. So that I was just friends. And he became like a brother to me. Yes, he was a brother to me. We became very close. We didn't start out as though we'll get married, but along the line we fell in love, and it's 20 years now, and he's been my bestie, and he's been a good person. You know that song that says, if you do nothing else for me, you have done it all. That's exactly how I feel when I think about Pastor D. And I mean it when I say that if God does nothing else for me, he has done it all. Pastor D is such a huge blessing. I feel so blessed being his wife. There's something he used to tell me back then. I think sometime in 2005, when he was all over me to take the relationship to the next level. He kept on saying that he was sure that someday I would look back at the decision to marry him and I'll be proud that I did say yes to him. And today, Pastor D, I want to tell you today that I am happy I said yes to you. You have made me that proud woman that you promised to make me. Thank you for being you.
First of all, my name is Deacon Dexter. And I want to wish my daddy a happy birthday. He is the kindest man I've ever seen. I like the way my daddy plays with us, the way he makes us read, the way he disciplines us. I don't really think there's nothing I don't like about him. No. I remember the time I wrote on my daddy's dining chair. A wise dining chair. Chair is long. Like this. He beat me. He told me to wash the chair. And if the thing doesn't get clean, he will tell you to do it again.
Pastor D is such a huge blessing to the body of Christ. As a pastor, he has been my pastor for these 20 years, yes, because even then in the university, he was my pastor in the university. And I know a man who truly loves God. I know a man who is very conscious of the body of Christ. A lot of times, especially in recent times, I will always ask him, why do you do the things that you do? He will always tell me, the body of Christ. He's very conscious of the body. He takes decisions because of the body. He'll tell you, the body. Pastor D is a true man of God. I'm not one of such persons who would come out to the public or come out to social media space to say things about my spouse, things I don't mean, and maybe go behind cameras and say how he's not what I say he is, or say that he's not good, or say how that he's bad and all that. I'm not that. People who know me know that I will not flatter. I don't flatter. I'll tell you the way it is. I'm a very, very blunt person. When I say that Pastor D is a true man of God, I say it without missing words. I would always say that he's the Jesus that I see. And a lot of times I tell myself, if I feel Jesus is far, see Pastor D, he just mirrors Christ. The life he lives is just a life of Christ. I'm his wife. There are times when I get him upset, when I get him angry, and I expect him to be angry like a human being. And my guy is not angry. I'll be the one even telling him, I just got you angry. You should be angry about this thing I just did. And he's like, you did just make me angry. He's that kind of person. You can never make Pastor D hate you. It's not possible. You can never get him to that point where he loves you less. God. Pastor D is not normal. He's not your regular. He's not. No. I've seen him exude so much love in the face of hate. Permit me to use that word. In the face of backstabbing. In the face of I don't know. I've seen him exude love. If you squeeze Pastor D, like you know how they squeeze orange. If you squeeze Pastor D, what will come out is love. If you squeeze him harder, what will come out again is more love. He's that kind of person. Pastor D, I want to say thank you for all that you have been to the body of Christ. Thank you for all that you are. In fact, there's one time in our early days of marriage, I was so sick. Let me give this testimony. I was really so sick. And I remember asking God one night, one of those nights when every breath seemed like the last. Every breath seemed like my last. The doctors had given up on me. It was bad. I just asked God. I asked God that. I remember that night very, very well. I said, God, why am I still alive? Because what is happening to me now is something that will happen to people, and before you say Jack, the person is gone. And I heard it very, very clear and audible. God said to me, you are under a covering. You are under a covering. You can't go now. Pastor D, thank you. Thank you for being that pastor. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being a man of God. Thank you for all that you do to the body of Christ. Thank you for being a father, a teacher, a life coach, a mentor, a boss, a husband, a true friend. I join the world to say that I love and celebrate it today.
He makes me read. He makes me believe in other people. He makes me help people. He believes in hard work, and he wants me to carry that aspect of life and knowledge that hard work pays. I want to wish him a happy birthday because I love him.
You see those things they show in movies. I'm one woman who is lucky to experience those things. So all those breakfast in bed, you read in novels, is not news to me. Pastor D does this thing with ease. I wake up and he has made breakfast, he has made omelets, he is making breakfast for everybody. It's not news. Somebody who lives his life for others. He's just naturally selfless. That's the kind of person that he is. I cannot say this enough, Pastor D, but you are a blessing.
My daddy gave me smoothie and what again? I had and chocolates and biscuits and fries and apple and orange. Daddy!
I would also say that Pastor D has paid his dues. As a pastor in the ministry, he has paid his dues. That's why I know that this 40 years, this second lap of his life would usher him into a realm of harvest because he has paid his dues. There were days when there was no hope of the next meal. Memories. God is faithful. There were days when we'll come back home, and when I say no hope of the next meal, I mean like I'll be pregnant, I'll carry pregnancy and there's no hope of what to eat. But God has been faithful. There were times when no money to pay rent. We will look for how to borrow money, how to complete our money to pay house rent. This guy was a pastor. But in all of this, I would say that God has been faithful. That's why Pastor D is big on welfare, because he has been there. He has been there. So when he talks welfare, he's talking welfare from a place of what he has been through. God is faithful.
My daddy is a man of truth and trust. You can trust my daddy in anything. My daddy takes time to do his stuff. He's very diligent. He's kind. He's honest. He's hardworking. He's truthful. He's humble. He believes that if you work on something in a particular time, you can achieve it. I like the way he believes in us. He trusts us. He tells us, and anytime we do something wrong, he scolds us. And he tells us, after scolding us, he tells us we are better than this. So I want to wish my daddy a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Daddy. Your ear should never run dry. You shall reach 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 and more. Happy birthday, Daddy. I wish you the best.
I know that my dad is a very, very generous man. He gives people a lot. He believes in hard work and believes hard work pays. I like his sense of dressing and aspect of fashion. He's a very, very, helpful man that believes in people and sees the good in them even though they don't see it. I want to wish my dad a very happy and a peaceful birthday, because to be 40 is not easy.
Pastor D is intentional about living a life of impact. I think sometime few months ago, I reached out to people to send in their stories of impact. When I sat down to listen to people's stories, my God, I had to tell myself that I also should be intentional about impacting lives. People called me from UK, London, different parts of the world to send in their stories. We couldn't take more than 40 because we already said we're going to do 40. But we still have a lot of stories that couldn't make it to the gram. He's very intentional about living that life of impact. Pastor is the one person that would give to show the world that he is giving. His heart is so large. He's accommodating. I'm sure that if you take your time to go through the stories of impact on stories previously before mine, you will see how people testify of how he has impacted them. And it's very intentional. I pray that God will help us watching to also live that life of impact. Because this life, in the end, it is how you live your life, what people say about you that matters. Because everybody goes down. Nobody's staying here forever. Pastor D, once again, may God bless you. May God give you the grace to keep doing what you're doing. May God give you the heart to keep loving, to love the unlovable as you have always done. People, join me celebrate my husband, my boyfriend of 20 years, Olowo Orimi, my heartthrob. He's been a life coach to many, a mentor, a father, a boss, a friend, a teacher. Pastor D, happy birthday. I love you. We love you.
Happy birthday, Daddy. We love you.
Feliz cumpleaños, papito. Mi te amo.
Stop saying that.